Good morning, everyone. It is Monday morning. It is actually Monday the 23rd of November, and I decided that I would try and do another vlog for you this week. You guys really enjoyed the last one that I did. Some of the sort of feedback I was getting was that it was so good to see the reality of a soap studio, not these pristine, clean things. As you saw as we walked through the door, I have got all my gift pack stuff on the floor. I need to get all that sorted out and into a little bit more of an organization, because at the moment when people come around, I quickly move it all into the back office, into the back working area, then move it all back out into the front once people have gone, and I really need a better way of sorting that out. Some of the other things you guys said was that you liked the length of the video. My computer didn't like the length of that video. Our computer in the main office is really old. We've worked it out. It's probably, well, I say really old. It's old in terms of technology. It's probably about 6 years old, so it's not very fast. The internet that we actually get here at our house is very different to the internet that a lot of other people are on, and it's not very good at uploading things quickly, especially once we get into those bigger files. The system that we've got in this house is something called Velocity. Now, some of you may be on that and you'll know exactly what we are experiencing. Velocity is worse than ADSL internet. It's just, I really don't understand it, but unfortunately that is what we are stuck with, so we have to work with it the best that we possibly can. But between having a really old computer and this silly Velocity internet stuff, my computer really did not like that big long file, and it took me 48 hours to actually upload that video onto YouTube. I just had to keep persisting with it. But thanks to my patrons, I am hopefully in the next couple of weeks actually going to upgrade that computer in the office. So we are going to be getting, we haven't decided whether to get an Intel 5 or a Ryzen, so we're investigating that at the moment to see which one is the better of the two. So hopefully when we do these longer videos, it won't take me 48 hours to upload them. But I did also say on there, because a lot of you said that you wanted to see more of these sort of videos, I said probably not until the new year, but I kind of figured that in the new year I'm really hoping just to have a little bit of a quiet lull so I can start developing some new products. So it's probably not going to be as interesting to do a vlog then. And this seemed to be, when I looked at my sort of schedule, this week seemed to be the best one to be able to get a vlog into you, so I would have time to sit and edit. It is going to be a very, very busy week this week. I have 2 markets to prepare for on the weekend. I have my monthly Twilight Makers Market, which is an evening time market, always super busy. And then I have my regular Sunday Cleveland market, and so I need to get prepared for both of those. And then I'm doing something completely and utterly crazy. Never done this before at this time of year, but it is for good reason. I am actually taking the following week off. So from Monday the 30th of November right through until the 4th of December, I am just not going to be available. I have booked hubby and I a 1 week sort of getaway time. I was initially meant to be going swimming with dolphins for a big birthday event, but we all know what's happened this year, so as you can guess, that actually got cancelled, and I have reorganized it. So hubby and I are actually going to go and spend a week at a winery. So really, really looking forward to that. But that does mean, because I'm not here for that week, I actually essentially need to do all of next week's work this week as well to make sure that I am fully stocked for the Cleveland markets when we come back as well. So I've got all of that to do. I have actually been spending the last couple of weeks kind of getting ahead slowly, so I shouldn't have too much extra work to do this week, but I figured this week was going to be the best one to take you along and show you a little bit more about what I do here. So let's go get stuck into today's tasks. Okay, so I have written down myself quite a short list at the moment of all the things I definitely need to get done this week. These are things that I should have actually done last week, didn't get time, so I'm going to do them this week. And then later on today, I'm going to repack my trailer ready for the weekend. And once that's packed, I'll know exactly what I need to actually make to refill my shelves ready for the next few markets. I've actually shared this sort of more detailed information over on the Patreon page about how I actually organize my weeks. And when I start doing some of the vlogs next year, I will go into it a little bit more in depth and show you my actual processes of doing this. But for now, that kind of gives you the general idea of how I organize my week. What I am now going to go and do, I have number one on my list is I need to make some more solid dish soap. I've actually had this on my list for about 3 or 4 weeks now, and I just keep putting it off. Really easy to make, so I am going to go and make that one right now. Alright, so we've got all of those lip balms poured. I've done all of the dish soaps. I've actually had a delivery which I'm going to show to you as well because I'm really excited about it. But first of all, it's 1 o'clock. I am going to go and have some lunch. Alright, so lunch is over now. Lunch isn't always as fancy as that. I actually treated myself to some salmon. I went into the IGA this morning to go and get the washing soda so I could make my dish soaps with, and I just thought I fancied like some muffins and salmon for my lunch today. Now, as I mentioned, while I was making those lip balms, I did get a bit of a delivery, and this is what I've got here. This one in here, this one's mine. This one in here is for my patrons, but it is exactly the same as what is in this one. This is so beautifully wrapped as well. This has come in from Lee over at Wicked Lee Goods. I've got this series of soaps that I have been planning in my head for next year. I was going to pester Lee to make me some stamps, and then she actually did release them on her website. So I was really excited about that, and I have put in an order for those, which I'll show you in just a minute. But this one here, I'm actually quite surprised at how big this box is. Look what I ordered in. Lee has actually got some print copies of her book, and I decided I wanted a print copy. I'm not really into ebooks and PDFs because it bothers my eyes to read them on the screen, so I do like a actual physical copy. And she's written a beautiful message in here as well, and yes, I'm sure we are going to have thousands of crazy ideas between us, Lee. Now, I have also purchased one of these, which is in here. I will be doing something for my patrons over on Facebook, and they can too have a copy of her wonderful book here. So really looking forward to being able to sit down and do this. It looks really, really good. Let me come over here. So we've got some gorgeous pictures in here, and I'm going to enjoy sitting down. Oh, look, all those natural colorants in there. Ooh, I'm really looking forward to being able to sit down tonight and have a look and a read and find out some more. I'll also be doing some of the soap recipes in here as well. Really, really looking forward to that one. She does also have this one on Amazon, and if you pop over onto her website, she does have it in a PDF format as well. I'm really surprised at how big the book is. I'm really, really, really excited. Oh, and she's got all the fatty acid profiles in the back of the book as well. So this is really, really handy just to have, so you can go and pick it up without having to go and Google it and everything else. So really looking forward to that one. And then I also ordered these from her because I really, really want this soap series that I've got. So let me get into it. Oh, I've got a new soap shaper which I will be using. This is the apple pumpkin sort of soap shaper that she does. I've got a few ideas of what I want to do with this one. And then in here, oh, these are perfect. So I actually had her print these ones up special for me, and they are all little zodiac symbols. So that's going to give you a bit of an idea on what I have got planned for next year, but you will just have to wait and see. Oh, there's mine, to see exactly what I am going to be doing. So I'm going to go and get these put away. Next thing I have to do, I have to start working on my pamper packs. I start sending them out on the 1st of every month. Now, because I am away for next week and the 1st is on the Tuesday, I need to get the pamper packs done up this week and all packaged up so I can actually put them in the post on Monday. So they'll all get the people who have actually done the 3-month subscription will get their pamper boxes a little bit earlier than usual, but that means I need to go and start putting them together. So the first thing I'm going to go and do is make a batch of the new hand and body lotion. So let's go and do that. Okay, so I am actually multitasking right now. I have got my hand and body lotion here, so as it was warming up, I was doing the foaming sugar scrub. Now I'm going to let this cool down, and while this is cooling down so I can add in all the extra additives into it, I'm going to get this sugar scrub all potted up. It has got ridiculously warm, so I think we Going to treat ourselves to a bit of air conditioning. I was going to do the trailer, but it's just so warm out there. I am going to shut the door, and I've got an order to pack, and then we're going to clean up this counter, get everything organised, get all the labels printed, and enjoy the air conditioning. Alright, so I have just finished capping off all of the foaming sugar scrubs that I have done. I added just a little bit of sparkle on the top and then a snowflake made out of melt and pour soap just to really finish them off and make them really unique for the pamper boxes. I've only done 10 to start with, so that should cover all of the pre-orders, and then the couple I usually get at the beginning of the month. And then as more orders come in, I will actually make them up fresh so that people are getting the longest possible life on these. So I have to make up some labels to go on these ones as well, which I'll probably do in the morning. A couple of things I have to do tonight. I have the hand and body lotion over here. It is still cooling down. It's almost at the right temperature to add in all the extra goodies like preservative, vitamin E, some fragrance and some other bits and pieces. And then I will be potting that one up tomorrow. I never pot my hot process stuff up and cap them until the next day, apart from things like the dish soap. And that's just to avoid any condensation building up in the bottles, which is where we then get problems with bacteria growing. I also have on the table behind me, rather messy table at the moment, it's become a bit of a dumping ground. I have got all of the lip balms that I made today, so I will be labelling them up tomorrow. I've also got the dish soap again, because that is hot processed. I actually won't cap them till tomorrow, just to make sure that we don't get any condensation built up. I'm going to get the dishwasher on so we can get all the pots and everything clean. I'll get this draining board all cleared off so that tomorrow morning when I come in, I can empty the dishwasher and just start all over again. The only thing I didn't get done today is packing of the trailer, which I will do tomorrow. That is just because it got way too hot and I didn't want to go in and out of the shed. The shed's now cooled down to about 27, so we're doing all right now. Couple of things I do have to do tomorrow. I have a special order for some shampoo discs, and the other thing I need to do, I will show you, is I have to go shoe shopping. These shoes have been like this for about close to 2 months now, and I keep saying I'm going to go buy myself new trainers, and then just everything, life happens and trainers become like something really little on the list of things to do. But seeing as we are going away next week and I plan on going to go and see all the wonderful things out there, I will need a new pair of trainers, and the idea is I will break them in while I'm working in the shed for the rest of this week. So that is something else I'm going to do tomorrow. But for now, I'm going to tidy up a little bit in here, get some of the labels ready for putting on the products tomorrow, and then I am going to go in, I'm going to put my feet up, and I'm going to read my new book. Good morning, guys. As you have seen, it has already been a very busy morning. Lucy and I did our walk, came back, had some breakfast. I actually had an iced coffee this morning because it is going to be a warm one with storms predicted. Pretty sure they will come because there were very few ducks down at the park today, which is usually a good sign that we will get a storm at some point today. I came back into the studio, I packed all the orders I got last night. Thank goodness we actually made fresh batches of lip balm yesterday, because that one order, which was for Lee from Off Wickedly Goods, I was missing 2 of the lip balms out of my little box that I keep in here in the studio. So because I knew I had fresh ones on there, I got them off there instead of going rummaging through the trailer to get them out of there instead. So thank goodness we did those. It made that task a bit easier and quicker. I am going to go finish labeling up the lip balms, but I'm not going to take you through that process. You saw how I did the 2, which I added into Lee's order, and I'm pretty much going to do the same with all of those lip balms, but do them in a mass bulk instead of one at a time. And then the next thing I have to do is make the labels for the foaming sugar scrub for the pamper boxes. I have to pot up the hand and body lotion that we made yesterday, and I've also got a special order for some shampoo discs. I'm going to get the compressor out. I've left it to today because my dog really hates the compressor. Hubby is home today, it's his day off, so she can sit inside the house with him while I do the shampoo discs. I am also going to show you, yesterday I showed you my vanilla orchid, which is just outside of our front door. I'm going to show you what I have to do with that vanilla orchid pretty much every day for a short while, and hopefully I'll give you an appreciation for why vanilla is so expensive. But for now, I'm going to go and get the lip balms labeled and out of the way, and then I'll show you some of the other things. Okay, so now that I have finished doing all the labeling that I need to do, I'm going to go and tend to my vanilla orchid. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning now, and if I leave it much longer, I am going to miss it. Alright, so here is my vanilla bean orchid, and this is the orchid that actual vanilla's pods grow off of. You can see I got 2 flowers open today. With the vanilla bean orchids, you actually need to pollinate them by hand because we don't have the correct insects here in Australia. And each day I get 1 flower open out of each of these flower spikes here, and these flowers literally stay open for about 6 hours. You can see this is actually now starting to close up, so I am going to pollinate them. I am thinking these sort of ones here, which I have done, these thicker green ones are the ones that are going to turn into vanilla pods, but I don't think these ones down the back are going to do it. So I'll get these ones pollinated, and hopefully we'll get a couple more vanilla pods off this. Alright, so the really sad thing about this is I actually do have to destroy the flower, but given that it only flowers for about 6 hours during the day, it's not too bad. What I'm trying to get to is this bit in the middle here, and underneath here there's a little flap. You lift it up and then you push the top bit down, and that should hopefully pollinate it and give me a little vanilla bean pod. And I've got the second flower up here, and that looks like I've had all of my flowers now from off both of these spikes, so hopefully we will get a few vanillas out of this. Alright, so I've come back into the studio to give you just a little bit more information because they're doing some work up at the house just up on the corner, and I think we may have picked up some of their sort of angle grinding that they were doing. So with the vanilla orchid, I actually planted it with the intention of growing some vanilla pods so that I could then use them in my products. So I could make some vanilla extracts, some vanilla infused oils and that sort of thing. I had absolutely no idea how much of a labor of love it was actually going to become. So the vanilla orchid actually doesn't flower until it's about 4 or 5 years old, and then when it does flower, it produces this spike, as they call them, or a little cluster of flowers. And each day only one flower off that cluster will open up. So I've got 2 flower spikes. So some days I've had 2 flowers, sometimes I've only had the 1 flower. You would have seen in yesterday's videos we walked by, I only had 1 flower open. So today we had the 2, and they literally open up early in the morning. So it was about 6 o'clock when or actually it was about 5:45 when I went out this morning to walk Lucy, and they were opening up then. And as you see, 10 o'clock today, they're already starting to close up. By lunchtime today, they would be completely closed. So you actually have to get in, pollinate them before they close back up, and they do not reopen the next morning. So if you miss it, you miss it. So there's been days when I've not been home and I've sent hubby a message going, can you please pollinate my flowers for me? So hopefully we will get some vanilla pods out of them. As I said, I think the ones that have got the really thick green base to them, they're the ones that are actually forming into vanilla pods. Now, from various videos that I've actually watched, some of those pods, they can take months to actually develop, and then once you do get those pods, from what I've seen, you have to boil them, and then you leave them out in the sun for about 4 to 6 weeks, I think it is. Every day you leave them out in the sun, and then you wrap them up in some towel until they completely dry out. So really hoping I get some vanilla pods off it, but it's given me a greater appreciation as to why the vanilla plant or vanilla extracts and things like that is so expensive. I'm having to do it by hand because I don't have, or we don't have, the correct bee living here in Australia. There is only one bee that can actually pollinate that plant, and I believe it's in a ground dwelling bee in Mexico that does it. But the amount of demand we have for vanilla means that even in places where this ground living bee or burrowing bee lives, there are not enough bees to pollinate all of the flowers that we need to actually start producing the vanilla that we actually want. So from all the videos I've seen, the vanilla that we get is actually all hand pollinated. So someone goes through every day pollinating these flowers in that very short time frame, getting all those flowers pollinated. So it's given me this huge appreciation for why vanilla is so expensive. I will keep you updated on how I go with my little vanilla bean journey and see if we do get some vanilla beans. I really do hope we do, because then I have to learn how to do extracts and infusions with them as well. But what I'm going to go and do now, I've done everything from the labeling, that sort of thing. Hubby and I are going to go and get me some new shoes, and I also want to go into Officeworks to go and see if I can find a handheld camera thing, one of the stabilizer ones, so when we go on holiday next week I can take that with me and take some more not so shaky shots when we're out. So we're going to go and do that, and then when I come back I'm going to get my trailer all packed up. Alright, so as you can see, I am back from a rather expensive shopping trip. As you just saw, I have now got myself a new pair of trainers, and oh, they are so comfortable. I actually ended up getting the exact same brand and apparently model number. I didn't even know shoes had model numbers, but apparently they do. I ended up with the exact same pair, but in this much nicer grey purple colour. Here's a fun, weird little fact for you. I actually don't have ankle joints. They are where the bones should be when I was a baby, born with cartilage, and then you form into all your bones. Mine actually formed as solid joints. Now, because it's been like that since I was a baby, I've learned to walk like that and everything else. But it does give me grief if I don't have the proper kind of shoes. So the fact that she said we have the exact same shoes for you, and I knew these shoes had been so comfortable, they lasted me 2 years, I thought, I'm just going to have exactly the same pair, and was really happy that they came out in this grey purple. I wouldn't normally have picked black shoes to wear, but because they'd been so comfortable when I put them on, when I tried them on, I just went with the black. So really happy I've got a much nicer colour. I'm saying it was a really expensive trip because it was. Our microwave had been playing up in the house, and I was actually looking for the warranty for my video camera, which had expired, but I found the warranty for the microwave. So, and for some reason we took out a 4-year extended warranty when we purchased the last microwave. Really weird, but it has actually proved to be quite good because the microwave was about 2 years old. We've taken it back, they've given us full store credits, we bought a new microwave. But while we were looking at that, I then went and looked at gimbals. So I now have a gimbal, or a handheld stabilizing tripod for my phone. So if I take it out to like the park and things like that, and when we go away and I'm going to do Instagram stories, it won't be all shaky and that sort of thing. So it will be nice and stable. And I bought a computer. So we'd gone in there. I honestly didn't think there'd be any sales this year just because stuff has been so hard to get. And I thought any sales aren't going to be that particularly good. But I was having a look at the computer. There was a really nice guy in the computer department that actually spoke my language on computers. He didn't rattle off a whole heap of numbers at me. I told him what I wanted and he said, yes, this is what it will do. And he gave it to me in simple terms. He showed me on the screen the difference between, you know, different things. And I ended up buying it. So we went with a Ryzen generation 4 or 5 or something like that. I don't know. It's super fast. That's basically what I wanted. Super fast, really nice screen on it and everything else. So we're going to get that set up this afternoon, and then I'll show you that once it's all done. So hopefully the rest of the editing of this video should be nice and fast. And then I should also be able to get it uploaded quickly as well. Okay, so for the rest of the afternoon, what I've got to do is about 1 o'clock now. It's getting really warm. I think there is a storm building up. I have to first of all go and do this shampoo order. They take about 48 hours to dry, and I've said to this lady that I can actually get them done by the end of the week so she can take them on holiday with her. So that is my next job to do. And then I am going to get my trailer repacked, so that is all done for the markets, and then I can sit down and work out exactly what else we need to do for the rest of the week. Alright, so I have got a couple of boxes on the table. I actually need to make label a couple of things before I can finish packing them. So that's what I'm going to do tomorrow. It's almost 4 o'clock. I need to go and do my post office run to get these orders into the post. And then I'm actually going to call it a day. In fact, I'm going to go and sit and play on the new computer. So I will see you all tomorrow for Wednesday. Hi everyone, happy Wednesday. I have had a really busy morning. I haven't done much in terms of filming. Basically, I got up, I went to the gym, I then came back, I filled up the boxes that I had left here that were to go into the trailer, just did the couple of things that needed to go in there. I then had to go back to the store I went to yesterday and bought the gimbal from. I went to have a play with it yesterday and just couldn't get it to work. And when you actually go through all the fine print that's in the box, not on the outside of the box, but inside the box in the little instruction booklet, it says that the gimbal can only hold a weight up to 200 grams. And of course, my phone is more than 200 grams. It was at 223, so it was just not going to work. So I had to go back out. The guys have actually found another one that they had in store that they've suggested I give a try, so I'm going to have a bit of a play with that one. I then came back, I've been packing some orders, I finished packing the trailer up, so that is all done. And now this afternoon I am going to be doing my candle refills that I've got. I've had a few more orders come in while I've been having some lunch, so I'll get those ones packed. And then I'm going to do a bit of a stock take and see what I need to actually make, just to make sure it's on the shelf ready to restock the trailer, both on Saturday night when I come back from my night market and then on the Sunday for the following Sunday. So that is my plans for this afternoon. So it is almost 5 o'clock and I'm going to call it a day. Hubby is home, so I'm going to go and get us some dinner. I didn't get as many candles poured this afternoon as what I really hoped for. It's been really hot and muggy today, so I've actually had the aircon on all day in the studio. Problem with having the aircon on all day is it actually makes the candle making process really slow because it takes so much longer for the wax to heat up, melt down and that sort of thing. So I really didn't get as many of those done as I wanted, but I did get all the refill orders done. The rest of it is kind of like just topping up the shelf to make sure that they are completely full. I did get my shampoo order. That one is all now boxed up, labelled and everything, and I've emailed the customer to let her know that she can come and pick those up. I've also just sat here and done all of my accounting stuff, so that is all done. If you did catch the last vlog, I said that I'd been waiting, or I'd been trying to find myself a new office chair and I just wasn't able to find one. I ended up ordering one from off Temple and Webster, and I did do things, I don't know if I can show you. There you go. I did the thing over on Instagram showing my new chair, showed a couple of people that as well. It is so comfortable, so worth upgrading the chair, and it does now mean that I can actually sit here and do the accounting stuff and it doesn't all build up and have to all be done on a Saturday. So really pleased that I did do that. So as I said, I'm going to call it quits for tonight. I'm going to be back out here early tomorrow. Me and Lucy will go for a walk first, then I'm going to come out here and I have a couple of customers coming around. My mum's coming around for lunch as well. But I'm pretty much almost all done for things that have to definitely be done. The rest of it is now all just making sure I am fully stocked, ready to restock the trailer after market. So I will see you tomorrow for Thursday. Happy Thursday, everyone. I have been on my walk this morning. I've had my breakfast. First thing I did, I actually did a little bit of cleanup in here. I do have customers coming around. I have that giant roll of bubble wrap. It's a special bubble wrap. It's actually a insulated one, so I got it for summer so I can wrap all my candles up in it. Usually I use recycled bubble wrap, but I just felt that was going to be a really good option for summer, but it is just so big I've got nowhere to store it. What I'm thinking I might end up doing is chopping it down into the pieces ready so I can just pull it out the drawer and wrap candles, and then that should hopefully get that bundle a bit smaller, and then maybe I can store it up on the top of the shelves over there like I was trying to do with it. We'll wait and see what happens with that. I am just in the processes of labeling the candles that I made last night, and I've had my melting pot on. I turned it on the minute I got back from walking Lucy, so that wax is almost ready to go. I'll be able to pour a whole heap of candles, and then my aim is to actually pack all of my pamper boxes today. So while that next lot of wax was melting down, I decided I needed to get some room sprays done. I have actually got someone who is wanting to come around this afternoon and pick up a couple, and I knew that I know which fragrance she's likely to want, and I didn't have any on the shelf, so I thought I better make some of those up. I'm not very happy with the new labels. I have been ordering clear labels off someone on eBay for at least 3 or 4 years now, and they've always been excellent quality. And then the last lot that I got from him, every time I put them through the printer it kind of came off the backings, and then at one point I had the whole sticker sheet get stuck in the actual setting drum of my printer, and I thought I was up for a brand new printer. So I messaged him and he said to send them back and he'd refund me, but he didn't actually offer to send me any new clear stickers. So I thought, well, I really need them, so I went looking for some other people on eBay, and I found 2 different ones. I got 2 different styles of labels in. This is one of them. It looks clear, but when you peel it off it's really cloudy, and I'm not liking the look of it at all. I have tried the other set that I got as well, and they seem to crinkle when I'm putting them onto my containers, so I have to decide which of the 2 evils I want, whether I want it to have that sort of real shiny hazy look or whether I want my labels to be all crinkled. So I'll do up a couple in the different styles of labels and see what I prefer. So I have finished pouring all the candles that I actually need to do so that I can get my shelves completely filled. In the last couple of months, I've been trying to get the shelves so that I always have 4 to 5 of the babies, 3 of the mediums, and then 1 large and extra large in all of the fragrances. So they're always there. I can just pull them off the shelf. So I've made everything that I need to do just to get the shelves fully topped up. I've also made myself 2 test candles. Now, I say test, I have actually been using these jars throughout the year, and I got a de-stash box a little while ago, a couple of years ago, and there were all of these Oxford jars in there, which are not a part of the candle jars that I offer. So I was making myself, you know, little candles to use in the house using the odds and ends of fragrance oils from the soaps. I've actually made myself up a couple to really test the wicks this time, and then when we come back off holiday, because I'll take them with us, I will then be able to make up the candles that I've got sitting in the garage. I've been on a bit of a mission throughout 2020 where I've been trying to use up all the odds and ends of things that I have had lying around. So I have recently changed the jars that I put my moisturizer into. I had the little 100-gram clear ones with a black lid on it, and I've actually now approached a manufacturer, and I now actually get my jars actually specifically made through them. So I still had about 50 of those jars left, so I did up a whole heap of a gift pack specifically for Christmas, limited edition, that gets rid of all of them. I've had the milk bottles, which I've had for a couple of years. I had about 12 of those left in the garage, so I made up some things with those to get rid of them. So I did like the Halloween pack. I've done the Santa milk and cookies, and that's all of the milk bottles now gone. And I've just generally been using up those sort of things that I've bought. Oh, they look good, I'll get some of them. I've had things like tins and all sorts. So 2020 was my year to actually start getting rid of them all. I am left with these Oxford glass jars, so hopefully I'll get these wicks right and we can get those out of the way. What I am now going to do while this lot is actually setting up, I am going to pack my pamper boxes. Now I do a pamper box. You can purchase them at any time on the website, any time throughout a month. But on the first of every month, I change the content of what is in that box. So each month you'll get something different, and I do one where one of the things you can buy, it is for domestic only because it includes free shipping within Australia, but you can purchase a 3-month subscription to the box, and then on the first of every month I send out a new pamper box to everyone. Some people completely forget they've got the pamper box subscription, so it's a really nice surprise for them. They just get that little extra present in the post. But as I said, I am away next week, and the first happens to fall on the Tuesday, but I do want to make sure that these are all sent out to them in time, and I do have someone who will come and pick theirs up. So I'm going to get my pamper boxes all packed up now so that they are ready. They're on our way down to Stanthorpe on Monday. I can actually just stop by the post office and drop them in, and one day earlier, it just means they're going to get them a day earlier than what they usually do, and the lady that likes to come and pick them up, well, she can come and pick them up over the weekend. So I am going to get onto that now. Okay, so I am at the end of my Thursday. I have actually just got back from doing a post office run. I've printed up all the labels ready for these candles, so tomorrow morning all I have to do is come in, chop off the wicks, label them, and then get them onto the shelf. I basically only have 2 things left to do for this week, so it has been a really busy, productive week. And today I've had lots of customers coming around to the studio. I've even had a lunch with my mum as well, which was really nice. So I'm really, really pleased with how this week has gone. What I am going to do this afternoon, just for the sort of like last half hour before I usually finish up in my studio, is I'm going to pack myself some extra Christmas gift packs. So any of them that I do sell on the Saturday night market, I can just come home, grab some more off the shelf and ready for the Sunday market instead. I've also got a very little quick video that I have to do, which I'll be putting up onto my Instagram channel on Monday. So you'll have to wait until then to see what that is. But for now, that is my Thursday over. So I am going to, as I said, go and pack some gift packs, and then I am going to go and put my feet up for the night. Good evening and welcome to my rather messy and very poorly lit office space. Hubby's on a late tonight. I came in, I fed Lucy, had some dinner, I watered my plants. I actually watched another of the Hannibal series. I am a huge Hannibal Lecter fan. I know that sounds terrible, but when I was first introduced to Silence of the Lambs movie, I must have watched that a dozen or more times, and then I've actually watched all 4 movies that are a part of the series. I have read all 4 books as well. Wasn't initially going to watch the Netflix series because I just thought they might actually ruin the whole Hannibal sort of storyline, but the series is actually proving to be really, really interesting, and I'm absolutely hooked on it now. So I have watched another one of those, but then decided I had better actually come and do some work on the computer, and I am loving this new computer. I really do have to say huge thank you to all my patrons, because it was because of them I have been able to actually purchase it. On our old computer, which is still actually sitting underneath the desk here, I would import my videos into Adobe Premiere and it would take about 5 minutes to actually import all the files. This one did it in like 30 seconds flat. I am so super impressed with it. It's making things a lot quicker to actually do, so I can't wait to actually get this particular video edited and see how long it takes to actually export it, and then see if it's any quicker to actually upload onto YouTube as well. So I am really impressed with this one. So here's just a little bit more of a close-up. Ignore all the mess on my my desk here. We've got to get it sorted out. We didn't realise on the back of here is actually a pop-up camera, and it doesn't quite fit underneath the shelf of our desk here, so we're going to do a little bit of doctoring of this and move the shelf up a little bit more so we can slide it under. But we ended up with a HP. It's got a Ryzen processor. It means very little to me apart from that it's very fast, and it has proved to be very fast. But I love this bit. I can actually now sit my phone on the base of there, and it starts to charge it. How awesome is that? So I can actually charge my phone while I am working on the computer. Quite often I'll have the phone plugged in through the USB to charge it, and I'll be playing music through. Over here I've got my little my speaker here, because I don't like to have video noise coming out of the computer speaker and music listening to. So this is awesome. I can now just put my phone on there, have it charging, and play my music. I am going to get back to editing these videos, or this particular video. It's not taking me very long, which is really good. So excited about it. And then once I've got that done, I will be able to go and put my feet up and watch another one of the Hannibal series. So happy Friday everyone. We have made it through to the end of the week. There really isn't much more I have to do today, so I'm really pleased about that. First thing I'm going to do is get all these candles labelled up. I have just filled up my melting pot with the soy wax to make some melts. I don't have very many to make, but I do want to make a couple. Do need to make up a few more little Christmas gift packs. And there's just one other thing I want to have a go at making. My customers have been asking me for perfume oils. I took them off, I was offering them, and I took them out of my range because I was struggling to get all the different components to make them. I do finally have all the different components, but it's just been one of those things I haven't had time to make something that was out of, it sounds really weird, but I didn't have the time to make something that was out of stock. I wanted to keep up with all of the things that were like the lotions, the candles and everything else, and by keeping those things up updated. I didn't have the time to make the perfume oil, but today that is what I plan to make. I also plan on making a soap today. So I'm going to get stuck into labeling these candles, so we are well and truly on the way. Hey Google, play Triple M Country. So I have just got back from the shops. I had this idea this morning. It's not a completely crazy idea. It's a fun idea, but it is crazy in that I've only just sort of doing it now and it needed to be done before next week. It is going to appear over on the Instagram channel, so you really need to go and follow along there to see more about what it is that I actually went out to get myself. I've not seen any other soap makers or candle makers do this, so I'm hoping it's just going to be a little bit of fun for everybody for the next few weeks. I also bought myself this great big bin, and the reason being is that little white bin that I've currently got my crinkle paper in, it's just not doing the job anymore. When I first started, I wasn't getting a lot of orders coming in. It was big enough to hold the crinkle paper that I was buying from out of a local department store. Now, I go through that crinkle paper so quick that I now actually buy it in big 5 kilo bales, and I've got another 10 kilos of it arriving hopefully within the next couple of days. But that little bin is just not big enough anymore. So I have bought myself a bigger bin to put it into, which then means that the big box sitting on top of my soap cure rack can be taken off there, and hopefully that roll of bubble wrap that I keep moving around and around the studio can actually now go and live on top of my soap cure rack, and that will actually tidy that little bit up in the front there. So looking forward to doing that. I did also buy myself some Christmas lights for the twilight market tomorrow night. Bought some solar ones, so I need to go and stick them out in the sun and start getting them charged ready for tomorrow night. This afternoon I am going to make the perfume oils because I've been meaning to do it all day and still haven't done it, so I'm going to do that. And then I also have some little embeds that I want to make for my next soap. Now, because I do need the video camera to do that, I won't be able to film any of that, but you will get to see a video later on YouTube with that one. So I am basically going to call this vlog a day for now. So it is about 3:45 of Friday afternoon. I hope you have enjoyed having another week with me in the studio, and maybe you've picked up a few other little ideas of things along the way. I will be doing more vlogs in the new year because you guys have said that you really like them. When we get back off holiday, I think I am just going to be way too busy to actually do any more between now and Christmas, but in the new year I do have some plans for other vlogs, and I'll take you a lot more in depth about how I actually organize my days and things like that, and how I get so much done in a day. So again, I hope you have really enjoyed coming along with me this week, and don't forget, come and follow along with me on Instagram, and you get to see what we'll be doing on our little week of R&R. So thank you once again, and until the next video, I hope you have a good one, and I'll see you then. Bye.